Massive EIDL loans are going to Vermont and New Hampshire, while other states are not getting a lot of money. This is a Bombshell exclusive on LALATE. Thanks for joining us for Saturday, May 16th. As always, like and subscribe to this channel and drop your comments below, and we may feature them in tomorrow's recording for Sunday. And we are answering all 22 of your questions from Friday's taping. But first, the shocking news. If you read LALATE earlier today, we delivered the shocking details. LALATE has covered official SBA documents released days ago that shows the amounts of payments that have been issued on loans. The document shown here will surprise you. LALATE went through the document, and it's basically a listing of loan amounts and loan applications on a state-by-state basis. And what does it show? First, it shows that the average loan amount in every state is approximately $200,000. Surprising. No one would have thought that. But here's the rub. In the state of Vermont and New Hampshire, the average loan amount was slightly higher than other states that weren't, that actually were hit stronger by COVID-19. The data gets actually worse thereafter. It shows that states like New York, that suffered the worst cases of COVID-19, had the fewest number of applications for loans approved based upon the state population. Here's the data. Vermont, and this is LALATE's research done Saturday, and it's truly shocking. Vermont had 51 loans paid by late April, amounting to $10.4 million. That calculates to an average loan amount of $204 million. In neighboring New Hampshire, it was just about the same amount. There, $45 million was paid out on about 208 approved loans in the state. That means New Hampshire's average loan was about $216,000. But when you look at the data in New York and California, your head may roll. If you recall, earlier this month, LALATE detailed that the New York Fed was upset that the SBA under PPP loans was giving most of the money to Midwest northern states like Montana, where COVID-19 cases were the lowest, and the least amount of money to states where it was needed the most, like New York. Well, what happened in New York? New York's average loan, according to EIDL loan, according to documents obtained by LALATE Saturday, shows it came in about $213,000. And in California, it came in about $211,000. But here's the number that may make your body boil. New York only had 1,674 applications for loans approved. A mere 1,674 loans approved in the entire state of New York. Not the city of New York, but the state of New York. California, in turn, had 9,000 loan applications approved by this date, which is late April. Of all the states, California has received the most loan amount to date, totaling $1.9 billion. So that's the shocking news. Now let's get to your comments, all 22 of them, and here we go. William Mickelson. It seems like every loan officer is handling these EIDL applications differently. It seems no credit pulls, some double credit pulls, etc. Absolutely, William. And we saw this coming out earlier this week. One of the commenters indicated or leaked details that shows that loan officers are giving different guidelines as to how loans are processed on literally a day-by-day basis. Motivation through inspiration and education. Hey, LALATE, if your business had a loss in 2019, you still qualify for the loans or grant? Please advise. Thank you for all your help and great videos. Great question, motivation. So it based upon how you delineate that on the original Streamline application. If you put zero income or no income, you could get a loan, but it'll be a very small loan. Now, if you didn't detail that and actually detailed a successful year in 2019 on the Streamline application, then you have a different loan amount coming to you. Joey Purdue, got my grant May 4th, no credit check, still waiting on the portal email. So, Joey, it's still early. Count 2 to 3 weeks from May 4th, and if you don't get it by then, call SBA. That's our guidelines. If you get the grant, count 2 to 3 weeks from the date you got the grant and call SBA thereafter if you haven't got the loan email. But check the spam folder daily. A lot of readers and viewers are indicating that the portal invite is coming in the spam folder. Beauty Expert Studios. denied, unqualified. They're still getting through applications corrected. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Keep it motivated. Grandma Ducky, still in queue to be reviewed, still playing the waiting game. So if I cannot get the loan, does that mean I do not get the grant? Just seeing a confirmation. Everything's up in the air. Thank you, Linda. So great question, Grandma Ducky. And we answered that yesterday, I think in passing, but let me add it again. New shocking details indicate that if you did not receive an EIDL grant, you may not receive the EIDL grant if not offered an EIDL loan. Isn't that horrible? But if you are offered an EIDL loan, and when I mean offered, I mean accepted by SBA, not just offered in the portal, then you can get an EIDL grant thereafter. Amir Uber, you always can tell someone who has never been burned. Great point. Tracy Guzman, applied for the grant loan on 4/6, got a $2,000 deposit on 4/30, still didn't pull my credit. And today they pulled my credit. My credit score is 700. So let's see what happened. Tracy, good point. So 4/6, it's been a while. I would call SBA and say, where's your loan offer? As we indicated earlier this week, just as a recap, after you receive your loan, after you receive your grant, within 2 to 3 weeks thereafter, you should receive a portal invite by SBA. It's an email. It's an email inviting you to go to a portal. You sign to the portal. There in the portal, you see a loan offer. Doesn't mean it's going to be given to you. It's an offer. The offer is in a range. You then accept the range if you wish. And when you accept the range, then an Experian credit score check is then processed. At that point, the computer will determine whether you're approved or not. If you're approved, it'll immediately shoot out an approval, and then you will get a DocuSign document which you sign, and you will get funded within 24 business days thereafter. Now, a lot of you have indicated that you have gotten the portal invite in the last 2 days, have accepted, and nothing has happened. So this process is changing by the day. It's very frustrating to us in reporting to you what it is, because it seems to be very fluid and changing. It was an automated process earlier in the week. It may not be becoming an automated process later in the week. However, as we've indicated, if you get a loan offer of $150,000 or more approximately, sometimes it's a little bit lower, you may be asked to provide additional documentation to substantiate the loan or as collateral in some regards. That may be slowing down the process. Pure with Soaps LLC. I got denied for 2 of the applications, part due to basic applying the first day I got launched. I got a letter saying I was denied for both applications on April 10th. I applied again to find out I need to add myself as one employee, so fingers crossed, I hope I get approved for the last application. It's been a while, Pure, so I would call SBA and say, where is your application? Sorry you have not gotten a grant either. Jerome Curtis, honestly, I'm confused. Why would they approve a PPP loan but deny my EIDL? I'm definitely going to dispute and write Congress on this BS. Good point. It's just a whole mess, and it's a microcosm of misfailures based upon what state you are located in, what date you applied. Everyone is sort of defaulting to easy stuff like it's your credit score. No, it's not that type of stuff. It is stuff that has nothing to do with you that's causing the burn. Thomas Bartram. So I spoke to SBA Tier 2 rep today. The first one told me there was issues with the banking information. Waited 3 days. Spoke with another Tier 2 rep. Wasn't able to see anything after getting done. He was able to send it back. I asked what he did in deposit. I'm guessing everything had to be verified by human prior to funding. Just for reference, I applied on the agricultural EIDL portal 5/6. No grant was sent, but got a loan email within 4 days. I guess I was to set up and verify me information. I'll update to see funding. So Thomas, if you are agricultural, you're good to go. If you're not, you're going to get shot down very quickly. So be very, very careful with that. Agricultural viewers, and there are a lot of them on this channel. Thanks for tuning in. When you applied last week, you should have gotten grant and a loan. The vast majority of you have indicated you've gotten grants and loans and fully funded on agricultural EIDL applications filed last week, not this week, but the week before. Retro Rewind received an EIDL grant 3 weeks. Great. Use my great credit score 600 on the and received a denial letter for not enough credit history. My personal score is around 600. Not received an offer on the denial letter. I asked for reconsideration. I've done so, giving my personal information, calling SBA ASAP. Retro Rewind. So I will say this to you. A lot of EIDL loan applications are being denied for administrative, technical issues, not because you don't qualify for the loan. It is things like the routing number was wrong, or the social security number had put it wrong. Viewers have even said that sometimes SBA representatives have put the numbers in wrong. I can't confirm that, but sometimes denials are based upon things that you have nothing to do with. So yes, absolutely stay on top of it. MC99 Cars. It's good that you got the letter. Remember, if you don't, until you get a denial letter, you can't really move on these things. LALATE, I love your channel. I apply on 330, the Vortex Zone. So the 330 Vortex Zone. I found on a 5, and I found out the problem on 5.5 talking to Tier 2 rep. Talks to the channel and found out, thanks for the channel, and found out I need to update my business name and account number. Oh, so he watched the channel, he or she watched the channel and realized that there was an error. As we indicated from day one, if you have a processing error in your original application, you listed yourself as a sole proprietor, but you put in an EIN, or you listed yourself as a business and put in your personal social security number, or you inverted the bank accounts and put in a business account for a personal or personal account for a business, you need to fix that. You need to call SBA and fix that right away. He did that. So no grant or loan offer, just don't know what to do anymore. Was it after the portal? Just another two things. Two separate Tier 2 officers told me they're having problems going back and correcting applications. They're just sitting there. I don't know what to believe anymore. Keep up the great job. Yes, so the vast majority of viewers early in this channel, about 9-10 days ago, got Tier 2 representatives to change very simple things like that. A few readers in the last 2 days have gotten, I don't know what to say, blown off, but they've been told that Tier 2 representatives aren't fixing things for them. My position is stay with it. They can fix it. They can't fix things like number of employees you list on the streamline, but they can fix important things like a business name or social security, things like that. Absolutely. Carolyn, hey LA, thank you for all the hard work. Could you please give me the times that you go live? Thank you. So great point. LALATE is now going live at about anywhere from 3 to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time after our tapings. And this morning we went live in 2 on-location tapings, of which one is missing. I don't know where it is. So we're trying a morning brew for you, but we definitely are taping right around 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time live. If you subscribe, you will get an alert on your phone, and the live tapings are about 15 minutes long. So please tune in. Rob S. applied 5 the agriculture. Great, Rob. I called SBA 513. I told I was initially denied. Lady made notes about my personal savings, what I issued, wife's names on the count. She told me it takes 2 loan officers to issue a final denial. She's told me wait 2 weeks. Wow, that's the first time I've heard 2 loan officers to issue a denial. Interesting. Philip, 4 weeks. Is it time for the grant to receive the portal? My loan offer is higher than your calculation. Now it says processing, but it's only 8 p.m. I will keep you posted. Thanks for the exclusive channel on EIDL. Thank you, Philip. I want to know what happens with you. Keep updating us. Thank you. Blackwood. This one, big mess. So many problems I can't fulfill. Small businesses have to dig. How pathetic and selfish. We are the backbone of this country. Not fair. Absolutely. Sean, finally got the loan offer. Oh, congratulations, Sean. Apply 330. The Vortex, no grant. Called SBA, asked for Tier 2, 2 days in a row. Third day, a loan offer for $88,000. Once funded, I asked for the grant. Nice tan, bro. Thank you, Sean. There's bad lighting on Friday. So that's great. So Sean stayed with it, called Tier 2 3 days in a row, kept on calling, and finally he got $88,000 loan funded. That's an example how you do it. Great job, Sean. Eric, I applied April 1st. Nothing, got denied. Asked what happened to the grant. Was told I have to be approved to get the grant. Untrue. That's absolutely untrue. They said they just changed this week. Well, yeah, they're changing a lot of things this week. They're literally changing things by the hour. It is true that they're now paying grants after the loan if they approve the loan, and now they aren't paying grants if you don't get a loan. So yeah, that is sort of their new policy. Who knows what it's going to be next Monday. I have my congressman speaking on my behalf because it's such an injustice. Great. Good job. Vicky, follow me on Instagram. Eric Keaton, follow back on LALATE, _ at the end. Vicky Behringer, what can the EIDL grant be spent on if you have a home-based business? Can I sell at fairs and festivals? I'd read the DocuSign document you're offered and also read the guidelines on SBA. A lot of you have asked, when can you spend the money? How can you spend the money? How fast you can spend the money? It's all delineated in the agreement that SBA sends to you. So I'm not going to say that you should read something on a website, because ultimately it's what's in the loan offer, the loan document. That's the agreement between the parties. Documents posted online by SBA that may or may not be reduced into the loan document may be irrelevant. So look at the loan document very carefully, which I have not seen a copy of yet. If someone has a copy of the loan document, send it over. We'd love to see it and talk about it on this channel. Ricardo, great video, beautiful vibes as always. LA for president, write me in. Thank you, Ricardo. Art Ram, apparently 570 is the minimum credit score. Yeah, it is somewhere in the 500s. It's definitely not in the 600s. We've had viewers on this channel who have very low 600 scores and have gotten, decent offers, in the $50,000-$60,000 range. VietTube, hey Viet. VietTube tuned into both of our live streams this morning, so thank you, Viet. Hey, LA, need your help. I got the grant on 421, no portal yet. Do I call SBA? I mean, it's up to you. If you have time, I would. They're pretty quick to get on the phone, unlike these PUA unemployment offices. You can get them on the phone within 5 minutes. You don't like the answer, then you could do it again tomorrow. I would. It's 2 to 3 weeks from the date in which you get the grant. A lot of people that got the grants on this channel got it that Friday of 421. I don't know, it was like 426. And the vast majority of you have not gotten your loan yet. As we detailed at the top of the hour with that chart, there are some states where there's been very few loans written. So there's something going on. As I said to you at the top of the hour, New York has very few loans approved. Now they're high, but there are very few of them. Auntie Uber got approved for PUA in Hawaii by text, not email. When I try to log on using email, I try to change the password. Nothing in my email. Found PUA applicants with AOL POS are unable to receive any email messages. It's very strange, Auntie. PUA just went live in Hawaii, I think Friday or Thursday, while the rest of this country is tried to go live. It did go live on 428. There's some states like Florida and Texas never got it together. If you're having problems viewing things, always try different browsers. Switch between Firefox, Chrome, Internet Explorer. But some of these websites are not optimized to see on all browsers, but you should see stuff in the portal. A lot of these portals are not sending email notifications. They're just not. This is Alana. Hey, Alana. Hey, LA. Hey, I got my grant on 413 to probably 329. No loan offer yet. So it's grant. It's good. She got her grant. Called SBA. They told me I got denied due to poor credit. Low 500. They advised me to wait for the denial letter and write back to SBA about my financial consideration. And maybe they will reconsider. Ilana, and this is a good point for Alana and everyone else. If you get a denial letter from SBA, that's important, because until you get a denial letter, you aren't denied for the loan. And people have gotten confused about that. Someone brought it up in one of their comments. It's a great comment. Until you get a denial, you aren't denied for the loan. It has to be in writing. Then you can challenge it or appeal it, or whatever the term is, or have it reconsidered. I will tell you this: the credit score is what they're going to look at is your payment history, and your character. If you think you have a good payment history and you have a good character, but just your credit score is low because of battles of a credit card company or something like that, you could get approved. So understand what you'll need to present, how you need to present yourself going forward, your moral character and your history of payments. And you basically paint yourself as an established business that has been doing this, and you've met your obligations, and maybe you had don't run for something that is a negative, admit what the negative was, but explain why it should not be a reason to decline, to have a denied loan offer. Keep us up to date, Alana. Julio, hey, LALATE. Hey, Julio, I applied 330, got my $7,000 grant on 421. So he's a Vortex, but got his grant. I got my credit pulled 419. Credit's 582. On May 2nd, I got an email that's being processed and nothing after that. My business has been open for 2 years. I'm a social media marketing agency, so I put my cost of COG, which is really COS, cost of goods is really, his cost of goods is really cost of sales, because it's a media agency, is 0. My gross income was 124. Hopefully I didn't fill out the wrong. It affects me. Thank you for all the info. Keep it up the great work. I think you might get approved, Julio. Gross income 124 and cost of goods is 0. You did the right thing. I mean, you absolutely did the right thing on how you filled it out. 582 is on the cusp. You might get a low loan offer, but keep us up to date. You absolutely filled it out right. Grandma Jucky, check your email. I did. Thank you, Linda. Kathy Tennell, screenshot box for advance, but when printed out wasn't checked. Glitch may be with the problems with the grants. So Kathy's referring to something that's now been an issue, I guess, 2 days on this channel. Some viewers have reported that they click that grant button. I want a grant if in the Streamline application, a $10,000 grant, but that once it was processed, that button was unchecked. It's very unfortunate. You know, everything is possible with these computer systems. It's the federal government. It's not, it's not Intel. It's sorry to hear that. Frankie Frank, great screen name. I filed 4-5, silenced until 5:14, called to talk to a Tier 2 representative. She said still in the queue and they're still working on as possible. Speeding credit score 515, credit score 662, no grant yet. Fingers crossed I'm paying for office space and rent. I expect to get 10,000 grant. I don't think it's possible now. If I would have known the 10,000 grant, I would have let my office space go instead of spending extra $750 for the past 2 months. SBA needs to be sued from every state. It's awful, Frankie Frank. I mean, the problem with these programs is you hope you get something and then you don't. I mean, it's just horrible. Keep us updated. Thank you for your comment. Miss Orklander, thank you for your videos. Straight and no bull. Keep them coming. Thank you. Well, thank you, Mr. Orklander. Love the screen name and update us about yourself as well. The Sanchez. How long does it take to get the loan after the portal set up? Just curious. Great videos. Great question. So here we go. If you're watching the updates 3 days ago, this is what I would have told you at that time, earlier this week, that reviewers were saying that they got the portal invite, they went in and they accepted the loan offer, and instantly they were either accepted or denied. It said denied or accepted. They signed in and signed out and signed back in. It said accepted or denied. Within minutes, they got a DocuSign automated email saying sign this. They signed it, and within 24 hours, they're fully funded. Later in this week, it fell apart. Later in this week, some people are being told that they click the button and nothing happens. It sort of meanders. Middle of this week, we also heard that people have bigger loan offers of $150,000 or more, had to submit additional documentations. There's been leaked documents online saying, and we cannot confirm that they're true or not, they're saying for larger loans, they need to be substantiated by some type of collateral like office equipment. It's just, and that automation of the process has fallen apart, and that they're not using automation. I don't know. In looking at this graph that I referred to in the morning, at the top of this video, this table of the number of loans processed, there's not a lot of loans that are being processed in some states. So if they're doing it on this regional basis, they might be doing this by human review more than automation. Leo Arredondo. Do you know anything if I had a felony within 10 years, if you're not eligible for any help? I applied 330. Okay, Leo, so yeah, I do. We could have titled that as the purpose of the titles for today's video. We didn't. Maybe it'll be for tomorrow. There is some gossip online that felonies are disqualifying loan applicants. We can't confirm it. As of now, we haven't put it in the title. The gossip is not new. It is dated back to middle April. But that is the gossip. Pizza God, again, got the loan, but no EIDL. I guess he means grant. Still trying and receiving, still receiving this email. All they say is a mess. I'm still hanging in there trying. Still try, Pizza God. Christopher Frushi, will someone be denied if they have a criminal record? Same question that Leo asked. Now, if your criminal record is a misdemeanor, not a felony, we're hearing gossip about that as well. Stay with us for Sunday and watch our videos on Sunday. We're going to research this more and see if there's anything beyond just the level of gossip that we could substantiate it or give you an update. It's something that you clearly want to know. Asada Boss applied 330, no grant, so he's in this 330 vortex. I spoke to SBA multiple times, all Tier 2 representatives, not of them knowledgeable. Making a note on the application, good to know. Keep on pursuing. Aid me. I thought people were supposed to get the grant even if they didn't get the loan approved. And they're putting the loan and the grant together to prevent people from getting a grant. What are your thoughts? I thought that's horrible. Yes, so you were supposed to get the grant. It's called an advance. Advance meaning before the loan. And actually, if you go to the website, it still says advance. But now they have sort of said, you're getting the grant after the loan if you get a loan. And if you don't get a loan, then maybe we won't give you the grant. It's just so horrible. Now, Agricultural people last week got the grant first and got the loan after. So I don't know why they can't keep this consistent day to day. The Crazy Dane, great information on the EIDL. Thank you, Crazy Dane. I'm a little confused, however. If you get the grant and don't take the loan, do you have to pay for the grant back? To me, it sounds like if you're losing the grant, if you lose the loan. No, it's a great question, Grant. Crazy Dane. And we've addressed this before. Let me make this very clear. You get a grant offer. You get a grant deposit. It is yours. You do not have to repay the grant. It's why it's called a grant. If you don't want the loan, don't click the loan portal invite. And why I'm saying that to you is important, because once you click that loan portal invite and go in and start playing around with their portal and clicking around, it's going to trigger another Experian credit score. If you don't want a loan, don't click on it, because you're going to have a hit against your Experian credit score, unless you really want that to happen. This is Alana. Hey, Elliot, I was the first to comment about not getting the decline letter. An hour later, I received an email with a decline letter. It was due to poor credit score, and they're sorry they can't help me at this time. You can write them, explain your situation, then you evaluate and again try to reconsider. So do what I said at the top of the hour, Alana. Put in moral character, talk about credit, your payment history, and business history as well. Christina Morales. Yes, I called yesterday, check on my spouse. Then I woke up with a denial letter. Awful. Is that like, what the fuck? How? Why? Sad because of my credit history? Like what? Impossible. Do what I just advised. I'm sorry to hear that. Danny Little. But also consider PUA if you qualify. Danny Little, I applied April 6th and watched our PUA videos. Got my application number with 3:30, didn't hear anything for a while, so I called SBA on May 2nd to a very nice lady, told me it's being processed, didn't know how long it was taking. My application was processed. I haven't heard anything since I applied for the $10,000 grant. You know, Danny, this is too long. April 6th, I would have been calling in the month of April, but I'm glad you're calling now. You need to keep on calling. Not just once, not just twice. You need to keep on calling. I think what's going to happen is you're going to get the portal invite first, and then if it's accepted, you're going to get a grant thereafter. That's the unfortunate scenario that people are seeing right now. But stay with it. Drop your comments. If you're watching this video for Saturday and have comments or questions for us, then make sure you drop your comments by 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Sunday for us to respond to them potentially in Sunday's recording thereafter. Thanks for tuning in with us. And as always, stay with LA for more.